everybody, this is Colin. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had a great week. Today I'm bringing you a game of the tier 10 German cruiser, the Hindenburg. Now, this isn't a massively OP damage or kill game by any means. It's a pretty mediocre game. But I still wanted to showcase this match because I just really love the way my team played in this match. I mean, this is the way I want my team to play in every match. What we're gonna see here is destroyers playing their role as scouts and cap contesters. You're gonna see tier 10 battleships actually pushing up into caps, helping the team out, tanking and being that in-your-face threat to the enemy team. And you will see some great plays from the cruisers as well, being that supportive role in the background. So first off, we pretty much go for all three caps, having 3 destroyers on our team. It looks like the majority, or pretty much half the team, is focused on C cap, and the other half of the team is going to A. So I see this lone destroyer, this Yugomo, pushing into B alone, so of course I change my direction and heading towards him and the B cap, because I want to provide as much support as I can to him. And what we can see is it looks like the majority of the enemy fleet is focused around C cap, but there are still some ships close to B as well. We do have an enemy destroyer inside B contesting the cap. And here is where I pretty much need to employ my usual tactic that I talked about earlier in my Khabarovsk video, and that is pretty much that you need to take out the support structure for the enemy team, and that can mean different things in different matches. Sometimes it means taking out battleships to make the enemy cruisers unsupported, or in this case attacking the enemy cruisers that are trying to support their destroyer in the B cap. So that is my main focus, because if this enemy destroyer in the B cap loses his close support, he will soon be forced to leave the B cap, and that will help my friendly Yugomo out extremely much. So I pop my spotter plane to get some extra range on my Hindenburg, and I start to focus the enemy Hindenburg, who has pretty much parked on the other side of an island on the other side of the B cap. So my objective here is to focus him so much that he feels the need to bail out pretty much on his team's destroyer. We also have some other cruisers close by as well. We have a Neptune and a Ibuki that we need to deal with as well. But for now I gotten this Hindenburg moving, so that is one less ship supporting the enemy destroyer. Now we managed to cap both A and C, but it seems like our fleet at sea is retreating, and I'm guessing that we are gonna lose the C cap pretty soon. The enemy is already contesting it. So we need to focus holding A and also capturing the B cap. And we have a couple of different cruisers still lurking on the other side here that we need to deal with. The enemy destroyer is getting spotted briefly, so of course I'm gonna try and chase him off as well. And here you can see the friendly Yamato on our team has pushed in pretty deep into the B cap actually. And this is a very surprising thing to see in a random battle, but I must say, even though it is a pretty ballsy move by this Yamato captain, I can't help but being really impressed and just loving what I see here. Because this is of course the role, at least how I interpret it in this game, for battleships. I mean, you have this big health pool and these amazing heals and these great, accurate, hard-punching guns. That means you need to be close to the enemy fleet, and you need to be up front and putting the scare into the enemy team. And you can't do that from the spawn base. You must push up like this Yamato, who does an amazing job for our team here, and I think really set the course for how this match is gonna end. So he's pushing up, getting focused, and of course you see the rest of the team is just joining up behind him and supporting him on both flanks. We have also a friendly Grocer Kurzwurst, who also pushed into the B cap, I'm guessing to relieve the Yamato. And I mean, I just love to see this kind of playstyle in random gameplay. I mean, tier 10 battleships pushing into a center cap like this. And of course it scares off the enemy cruisers, because they can't stand the Yamato or Kurzwurst's firepower so close. And that, of course, makes it really simple for us cruisers and destroyers on our team to push up these flanks as well, keeping the enemy team up isolated at sea, and of course winning us the match, because we will have total cap control. Now the thing is about the Hindenburg is that I grinded and unlocked the Hindenburg ages ago. I mean, when the German cruiser line came out, I grinded it all the way to the Hindenburg. But back then I was always in a dire need of credits. This was pre-Missouri era. I have unlocked the Missouri since then, and now credits are never ever really a issue for me, because I'm usually at 30 or 40 million at all times. But back then you always needed credits to be able to unlock and buy some new ships you have grinded. So at that time I also had the Moskva and also the Sau. And since the Moskva is this amazing AP monster, and of course the Sau being Sau, this amazing HE fire monster, I didn't really have like space in my port and my budget for having the Hindenburg as well, because back then the Hindenburg was pretty meh. I mean, it was still a good cruiser, but many considered the tier 10 Rune a better ship than the Hindenburg for many reasons. So I actually sold it and haven't owned the Hindenburg for over a year. But since then a lot of amazing stuff has happened. A lot of game mechanics has been changed. And there's been some recent buffs to the Hindenburg. Of course, this higher penetrating HE shells that pretty much makes the Hindenburg getting IFHE for free, which pretty much makes the Hindenburg all-round great ship. I mean, it's great at setting fires, and you get really great alpha damage on your HE salvos, and of course being a really great AP cruiser as well. Have good maneuverability, and also of course the German turtleback armor, making it really hard to get citadeled in. So I was kind of curious and interested in this new version of the Hindenburg, so I bought it back, and I think this is my 5th or 6th game, I think, in the Hindenburg. And I had actually some amazing games in the Hindenburg. I haven't had any bad games in Hindenburg, and I feel like I always have pretty good damage number. This is actually one of the worst damage number I had in the Hindenburg, but I still wanted to showcase this game just because of the amazing team play. And I also feel like I survive the battles a whole lot better than I do in the Moskva or the Sao. So it's really a great all-round ship without any real weaknesses, as far as I can tell. I mean, just look at this fire spam from this range, and this is even without the demolition expert on this captain. This is only with the fire flags, so I can't even imagine what kind of monster this ship will become when I also unlock the demolition expert captain skill. And of course with those pesky cyclones that will erupt now and then on maps. I mean, this ship is great in cyclones, because when you enter a view range in the cyclone and you're that close to a, like say, enemy battleship, it's gonna have a hard time citadeling you at that close range. And of course you have this great, amazing, very short range torps, but in that situation, I mean, you're just gonna decimate a tier 10 battleship. So I must really recommend this ship for anyone that hasn't gone this line yet. As I said, can't really find any kind of weaknesses on this ship, and I'm rocking the reload mod, making the reload really fast, and also the spotter plane, which makes it possible for me to just spam fires on enemy ships at real long ranges. So definitely a great ship. So I guess you're gonna see some more videos of this ship on the channel in the future. This was a pretty decent game, but as I said before, I just wanted to showcase this kind of team play, and of course giving some compliments to the guys afterwards, because I mean, this Kurfürst and this Yamato really made this win for us. And Yugomo, of course, being great in that B cap at all times, and also the cruisers pushing up. So this time I'm bringing you a kind of a good and bad ending. If you guys ever wondered how you most efficiently become marked as a team killer, you just take out your Kutuzov for a spin, I'm popping my smoke here, trying to set some fires on this Kurfürst. I'm not noticing that the friendly Montana is turning straight into me and my smoke. I'm not sure if he wanted to share my smoke or just evade some shots, but somehow I managed to light him on fire with one of my shells when he passed me. But I wasn't really paying any notice to it in the chat, because I was so focused on trying to use my smoke to setting as much fires as possible. But here you go. He can't repair my fire, and of course the damage is starting to tick on me, also marking me as a team killer. Which is pretty sad game mechanic in this situation, I can feel, but shit happens. So I lose half my health, and I also get the team killer status. And I don't know how to say, but this actually happens quite a lot, which probably tells you a lot of my playstyle. But I think it's maybe the 4th time I've become a team killer, because I've been sitting in smoke spamming fires on enemy ships and friendly battleships coming in to park in my smoke or just cutting through my smoke. And if you really want to become a team killer like this, in this way, you should probably bring out the Kutuzov or the Khabarovsk, because those are the ships that I have managed to become a team killer by accident most of the time. And of course that is because of the rate of fire and the fire chance of those ships. But I also wanted to mention the enemy Kutuzov player on the enemy team here. Totally selfless play. He comes in and smokes up this Kurfürst, who is in a world of hurt, and pretty much taking his place as the focused ship, and pretty much well, giving his life for his teammates, which I can't really recommend because the Kutuzov is an extremely strong ship and can really make and break a battle. And I think the Kutuzov could have served his team better by staying alive and letting that Kurfürst player die. But it was a really selfless move by this captain, and I tip my hat off to him, even though I kill him. I'm sorry. But you made the choice, not me. If I can't shoot at the Kurfürst, I need to shoot at someone else. And in this situation, it had to be you. But somehow, someplace, I really loved what you did for that guy. Even though you just delayed the inevitable. So, last but not least, I just wanna thank you guys for checking out this video. If you are interested in some tips and tricks on how to play the Kutuzov, please check out my channel. I have a massive Kutuzov playlist. I will also link that in the outro. So, to the left you have my Mikhail Kutuzov playlist with a bunch of tips and tricks on how to play this Russian premium cruiser. And to the right you have the post-nerfed Khabarovsk 240k damage game. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.